In the last devlog, we made a main menu and I created this 3D model. However, since then, I've accidentally lost the file. So this is a public service announcement to back up your fucking files. I actually don't know which devlog we're on at this point. Jesus Christ, right, okay. Hello, my name is Matt Jazz and I've tasked myself to make a visual novel by myself. Today is devlog number 11, so without further ado, let me show you what I've been working on. So, in the last devlog we worked upon the main menu, and in this episode we're going to be starting creating the character sprites that are going to make up the game. Now for those of you who don't know, I'm going to be making a visual novel game about cats that go to a ramen stall. And I've shown off the main characters in previous devlogs, so go check that out if you want to get all caught up. But what I'm creating at the moment is the demo. This demo is just going to be a short snippet of what the final game is going to be. So I'm not going to be creating the character sprites for every single character, just the ones for the demo at the moment. So I'm going to show you guys what makes up the main character sprites. Now for this we're going to need a character. I've chosen Jessie. Jessie is the main character at the start of the game. She's an office cat that wants to pursue her passions in the arts. So to keep things simple, I'm going to be breaking it down into two main parts, the head and the body. And for her to work in the game, I want the head to make up the expressions and the body to be showing off her tail animations. And I had the original sketch already loaded up in Clip Studio Paint. Clip Studio Paint is my drawing software of choice, and I'm essentially redrawing her, breaking up what I've drawn into different sections and different layers. So it would be like the head base, followed by the eyes, the eyebrows, the pupils, different mouths as well. This would be so when it comes to actually making her into the final game, I'll be using all these different versions of like eyes, mouths, and so on and so forth to create all the expressions that I need. These expressions will change depending on what she's saying throughout the game, and it's extremely flexible. I can add to this further down the line if I want to add different mouths, different eyebrow shapes, even change the position of the pupils. Say for instance, if there's two characters on the screen, or if a character is too tall for instance. And when all was said and done, the final file looked something like this. As you can see, I've put everything in different files, so you've got the eyebrow shapes when they're up, they're down to be angry, sort of the more concerned ones at both sides, and a few natural positions that can kind of give it a bit more variety. You've got the pupil shapes, which are up, down, left, right, and all the diagonals. You've got the mouth shapes, so you've got different versions for happy, different versions for sad, and a couple of special ones. Like this one kind of looks like she's throwing up slightly. That's, say for instance, if you give Jessie the wrong ramen and she doesn't like it, this can be a symbol for that. So say for instance this is happy, this could be sad, this could be angry, so I can make different expressions, which is great. And that's pretty much it for the head. Now for the body is a lot more simpler. The body is just going to be on a looping animation with the tail swaying back and forth. Now every single character is going to have a different speed and a different style of the way their tail moves, depending on their personality. So if, for instance, Jessie here is very bubbly, very bright, so her tail is going to be constantly moving. But for the second character, which I'm going to be showing later on, their tail is going to move a lot more slowly, more methodically. You'll see in a bit. So I brought it into Adobe Animate, formerly known as Flash, figure out a way for the cat tail to move. This then I can export into Clip Studio Paint to bring it up to date and bring it into the Clip Studio Paint format. I had this on each individual layer. I know you can animate in Clip Studio Paint. This was just an easy way for me to do it. And that's the tail done. It's kind of fluid, it's moving back and forth, and can be timed properly, which is great. And together it looks something like this. And I also do this for the stray. The stray character is going to be the second one that you see as well. Their tail's going to be moving a lot more slowly. The reason for this is because they're a stray cat. They're more methodically thinking. They don't kind of rush into things a lot more. They're a lot more hesitant on meeting new people. So that's the reason why the tail moves a lot slower, which I thought was a good character touch. And there's also a new character if you've seen the previous devlogs. This is Elena. Elena is the reason why Jessie is in there in the first place. She's her work colleague, which she ends up talking to a lot more. And is the reason why she pursues her own personal arts. That friend she can sort of bounce off of. It gives her also the reason for her to be there, which is also another important story bit. There's also a fourth character, but you will have to wait for the demo to see that one. But that's the character sprites, pretty much all done and all sorted. For the demo at least anyway. And all that's left to do is to mark it off Miro. Miro is my organizer app of choice. It works in desktop, it's great, and all I have to do is mark off what I've done as complete. Now there's still a few things to do for the final game, so I'll just mark this as in progress, but for the moment the character sprites are pretty much done. And that's pretty much it. That's the characters pretty much done. In the next devlog, we're hopefully, very hopefully, going to start putting this game together, even just if it's just a prototype phase. So, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.